Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. I had an original video tonight pertaining to the death of Cash Gernon in relation to Monica Sherrod's Facebook post, because I never touched on that issue because I usually don't discuss a lot of Facebook rumors and posts. But that was my original content, which I'd already told you all I was going to mention that. But due to the new information that has just come in, Darryinn Brown now faces capital murder in the death of Cash Gernon. And I will bring you the said commentary, and I also will talk about the Facebook post that I had originally planned for this live. So I didn't put it in the title. I just jumped on. But thank you all for joining me. It is storming here in the High 10, so I will pray that this live goes smoothly with no interruptions. Wi-Fi says it's strong, so we're going to roll with it. I'll let a few more people get in. Thank you all for joining me. Hello, Marcello, Juanita, light-skinned chick, Angie. Hello, Miss Angie. Hello, Night Owl. Hello, V. Winsome. Thank you. Tori, hello. Thank you all for joining me. Well, most of us knew that this day was coming. Maybe some was hoping not, but the day has arrived. As I stated, I roll with the flow. I roll with whatever the state brings forth, and I will weigh every option, evidence pertaining to this crime. Whether I think he did it, didn't do it, aided someone, set up, whichsoever, I still am going to weigh all options. And this is really perfect timing. This evidence coming back from the lab, linking Darryinn Brown to Cash Gernon. This will help with what I already had planned for the live originally pertaining to Miss Sherrod's father bringing forth certain allegations of what the child's body was like. And only a person who saw his body would know that information. Thank you all so much. Hello, pretty baby elephant. How you doing, sweetie? Thanks for joining me. Well, we will see, Shay Doc. Thank you, Veritas. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Dime a dozen. Thank you so much. I'll let a few more get in here. It's 32. And hit the like button, please. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you all so much for joining me. I pray that this live will go well. As I state, and I've stated before, you are invited to hit the live stream link. When you prolong in hitting the link, you amass my time being on the live, which makes the lives go longer because no one is hitting the link. So I will tell you up front, if no one hits the link in a timely fashion, I will have to end the live stream because I have other things I want to do. I have other engagements. I have other content to put out pertaining to other topics that I discuss on my channel. And I cannot continue to linger on one topic because it's a hot topic. I can't do the long-winded streams. I can no longer wait an hour for people to hit the link. So if I bring you the information, you want to continue to chat in the chat, feel free, but I won't be up here engaging because it takes up too much of my time to wait for you all to hit the link, and it pushes my lives longer. And it shouldn't. There's no way I should be doing 3-hour lives. 2 hours is pushing it because there are people who do not know my content. They don't know me. They may get referred, and I don't want them having to sit through long-winded lives to get information pertaining to a storyline. So I'd like to keep my time under 2 hours if possible. So as I state, if you feel like you can't hit the link, I will just give you the information and check out. Thank you, light skin chick. Thank you so much. 39 in, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is by the Dallas Morning News if you need verification for the storyline. Man accused of kidnapping Cash Gernon from Dallas home now faces a capital murder charge in the boy's death. Police said that evidence returned from the crime lab connected Darryinn Brown, 18, to the slaying of the 4-year-old. This is a developing story and will be updated. For those of you who need verification, okay. Let's see if I can get in this. It's not even going to let me get in. Hold on one second. I think I'm going to have to find something else. Hold on. It's not going to let me do it. For some reason it's not letting me log in. Well, it's not even going to the story. Sorry about that. Kelly, thank you. Hello, Karen. Thank you for the super chat. Hello, Jessica. How's everybody doing? Thanks for joining me. The Dallas Morning News is the source. Thank you all for joining me. Man accused of kidnapping Cash Gernon from Dallas home now faces a capital murder charge in the boy's death. Police said that evidence returned from the crime lab connected Darryinn Brown, 18, to the slaying of the 4-year-old, and noted this is a developing story. The man accused of snatching a sleeping Dallas boy from his bed has been linked to the boy's death, according to authorities. Police have filed a capital murder charge against 18-year-old Darryinn Ronell Brown, saying Wednesday night that evidence returned from the crime lab connected him to the slaying of 4-year-old Cash Gernon. Police did not elaborate on what the evidence was. Brown remained in the Dallas County Jail Wednesday with bail set at $1.625 million. He faces charges of burglary and kidnapping related to Cash's abduction, as well as counts of burglary and injury to a child stemming from a February incident. Brown's attorney could not immediately be reached for comment on the murder charge. Heath Harris has previously said that it's not an open and shut case and that he expects a mental health evaluation will find that his client has a serious mental disorder. Cash's body was found by a jogger the morning of May 15th in the 7500 block of Saddle Ridge Drive, about 8 blocks from where the boy was staying in Dallas Mountain Creek area. Police said he had multiple wounds from an edged weapon and he was not wearing a shirt or shoes. Surveillance footage from inside Cash's bedroom showed a man entering the room where the boy was sleeping with his twin brother about 5 a.m. that day, standing over them for several minutes and then grabbing Cash and leaving. The man returned about 2.5 hours later and lifted the blanket covering Cash's twin, but then left, the footage showed. Monica Sherrod, who had dated the twins' father, was caring for the boys at her family's home on Florina Parkway, reported Cash missing about 5 hours after he was taken from the home. She identified the man in the surveillance footage as Brown, according to an arrest warrant affidavit. Brown, who lives in a nearby neighborhood, was arrested later that day. The boy's father, who was wanted on felony charges in Harris County, left the twins at the home in March after missing a court date. Cash's brother has been reunited with his mother, who police said had searched extensively for the boys. If you need verification for this information, the Dallas Morning News, and this was just uploaded, I guess about under an hour to an hour ago. That is the breaking news out of Dallas, Texas, pertaining to the kidnap and death of Cash Gernon. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Break this article, break this story up. As I stated, I had an original video already planned before the news came in from the lab. So I'm going to try to chop it up and link it all together. So just bear with me. What is the evidence against Darryinn Brown? Is it blood, urine, fecal matter, saliva, skin cells, fabric, hair? And is it also, could it be sexual, semen? Lord have mercy. What I didn't want to think about. What is the evidence against Darryinn Brown? Which was the evidence? Many of us have thought that he was involved in some way, but not knowing what exactly, except for what we saw, which was taking the child out of the room, if indeed we believe that was Darryinn Brown in video number 1 and 2. Some of you believe the video is fudged. It is doctored. You're entitled to your opinion. But this is baffling at this point. I'm going to discuss, to tie into what we have just learned about the evidence being obtained against Darryinn Brown, and you will decide for yourself if still you feel the same way that Darryinn Brown has been set up. There's somebody else in video 1. There's somebody else in video 2. He's in 1. He's in 2. He's in both. Potato, potato. Which is it? Thank you, Miss Missy. Thank you for the super chat. I rarely go to Facebook. I don't care for the live book because I don't believe everything that people say. I don't believe half the stuff I hear in the chat on YT, anywhere. That's just who I am. So I wanted to dive into Mr. Pinkerton's Facebook post because I feel like that's some very pertinent information regardless of an indictment or not against Darryinn Brown. Because you see there's a missing link once again with what's been said by Mr. Pinkerton. We're going to roll with it. I'm going to read you his commentary on the lie book, better known as Facebook. And we will see who our killer is and how many killers, accessories are we speaking of. Excuse me. When you go to his Facebook page, the first few days are basically just random posts, nothing pertaining to Cash, Carter, or Darryinn Brown, or the crime itself. After May 30th, he posts May 17th. I will read you the said commentary pertaining to what he has said on his Facebook page. You can log over to Facebook yourself if you need verification for the post that I'm reading. Kurt Pinkerton, May 17th. An update for now. The kid that abducted him was 18 years old. My daughter has video of him on her surveillance taking him from the home while everyone was sleeping. He slipped in the house without anyone noticing and took him around 5-something in the morning. With a dash in between. He's not very good with English. My knowledge, a friend was with him who recorded the whole incident and went back to the house with him again because they planned on taking Carter, his twin brother, and doing the same thing. People were awake in the house and looking for Cash by the time he returned, so he just went away. Remember I said that? People were awake in the house and looking for Cash by the time he returned, so he just went away. After the police picked him up and the other boy who were seeing more people's porch videos a couple blocks down where they duck voice body in the street. Makes no sense what he's saying. The other kid turned over his phone recordings to the police showing them what happened because he recorded the whole thing. Suck effing something. Whatever. May 16th post. Cash and Carter are 2 little boys our daughter Monica has been taken care of since they were left with her a few weeks ago by a parent who dipped out. A few weeks ago. Now, mind you, this post was May 16th. So when we say a few weeks, that usually means under 4. Stay woke. For Cash, 4 years old, he was abducted from their house yesterday in South Dallas, taken away from the home, raped, beaten, and stabbed to death. They caught the 18-year-old kids, plural, S, did it. He is behind bars. He said he, not them. Stay woke. And he won't see you very many more days, I'm sure. Cash now live in heaven. You will not have to worry about being abandoned no more. And May 16th, same post. He doubles the post. And in that post, you will see a white woman, an older girl child, and 2 children, which are believed to be Cash and Carter. I'm assuming this is another white male and a white woman, female in the background with long hair in the Facebook post. I'm getting ready to dissect and chop up what these 2 posts say and why they are disrespectful to the dead. Mr. Pinkerton, let me talk to you directly. Who in the hell told you to go to the law book and put that vile piece of info out about Cash Gernon? You had no damn right to put that filth on Facebook. Because you see, most people didn't even know the little boy, period. No one knew he was dead, period. No one knew what happened to him, period. So we have to ask ourselves, how the hell would you know, A, he was beaten, 2, he was raped? Who told you that? An autopsy had not been performed. He had just died. Your post is the 16th and the 17th. He was taken on the 15th. I'll wait. You thought that was cute? Putting that vile piece of shit up on Facebook about a baby? So I'm going to ask you one more time, Mr. Pinkerton. Yes, the Queen is talking to you directly. How do you know the child was raped? He was beaten. Did somebody at the scene whisper, such as a paramedic, and said to you or Monica Cameron that he was what? And excuse my French for those in the chat. He was bleeding out his rectum. Yes, I'm going to say that. His frontal parts were bleeding, mangled. What was it? We're going to go there because you opened Pandora's box. How do you know, Mr. Pinkerton, that Cash Gernon was sexually assaulted? We're just hearing less than an hour ago that evidence has come back linking Darryinn Brown to the death of Cash Gernon, which they're not revealing what the evidence is. So mind you, 16, 17, 2 weeks ago or so, 2.5 weeks ago, how in the hell would you have known what transpired with the child after death? How would you know? He was sexually assaulted. And when you say he was beaten, did you see his face? Did you see the dead boy's face? Did you see the dead boy's body? Mr. Pinkerton, I'll wait. You had no right to say such things about a child who hadn't even got on the slab yet, hadn't even been cut open yet, officially. You're wrong, and you're illiterate. Your post is of a 4-year-old's writing. Okay, first grade. You see, you're like everybody else. You're thirsty for attention. You're thirsty for attention. I will wait on the medical examiner to tell me what happened to Cash Gernon, not some MF who ain't got nothing better to do than run to the lie book and lie. And even if it's true of those said allegations against the child's body, you had no right to even reveal what you think happened to Cash Gernon. because he had not had an autopsy. He had not been released to a family member. He had not been laid to rest. And evidence had not been released to the public of what happened to Cash Gernon May 15th. So your ass is out of pocket. And I said that from the high 10. Commentary time. So since you want to go to the lie book and put a dead baby on blast about what allegedly happened to him, he was sexually assaulted, he was beaten, then I'm going to ask you a few questions, Mr. Pinkerton, so you can kind of pretend you're on the witness stand, and I'm the attorney. Why did you post this, Mr. Pinkerton? You ain't related to the children. You ain't no baby daddy. You ain't the grandpappy. You ain't an uncle. You ain't nothing. Bystander. Why would DB return 2 times with his friend filming? You didn't know that. The plot thickens. You didn't know that. How would you know that? How would you know it was DB? It was DB and a friend. I'll wait. Who told you? Oh, the doorbell cameras from the neighbors. They said, I seen him walking down the street with another black boy on the morning of May 15, 16. So they did it. What's his name? What is the other boy's name? You see, this is where it gets fuzzy, Mr. Pinkerton. Since you want 5 minutes of fame, Queen gonna give it to you. If we are to believe that the detectives were walking the neighborhood, canvassing, trying to find anyone's doorbell camera to show DB and whoever walking the area, leaving the scene, lurking, peeping, stealing, whatever. Where is that boy's arrest? Because last time I checked, if I go with you to a scene, break in the house with you, film you breaking and entering, film you stealing a baby, film you killing the baby, that means I'm an accessory. Where's the second charge for the co-conspirator? I'll wait. Who is the other co-conspirator? You sitting here talking in limericks, can't even speak good English to where I can even understand what the hell you're saying in that Facebook post you want me to believe now. The neighbor saw another dude walking with Darryinn early in the morning. Who is it? And how do you know he turned his phone over? Because you see, this is where it gets muddy. Monica failed to mention that to the Daily Mail, that there were two kidnappers, 2 killers. So she left out she knew Darryinn. We're going to talk like black folk talk. Old black folk. She failed to mention Darryinn, that she knew him. She failed to mention Darryinn had a friend along for the ride. She failed to mention he was sexually assaulted and beaten. And Cameron, the grand poobah as well, part 2. He failed to mention the same. That he knew him, friends with him, lived in the same house with him, allegedly. And that there was a second co-conspirator. My, how we forget things. But your memory is on time, Grandpa. So will we have eyewitnesses popping up in court to say they saw Darryinn Brown walking down the street with his homeboy that morning. Ooh, what a dirty game that will be. Because I'm going to try to picture these folks identifying them black boys in court. Imagine that. I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Pinkerton. Who told you the baby was sexually assaulted? Who told you about the doorbell cameras? Who told you another person went along in that house, broke into the house with him, filmed him taking the child, killing the child, and then returning with him to take Carter, which DB did not, nor was a co-conspirator seen taking Carter or in the room with DB or Carter. So what you're trying to tell me is that somebody opened their mouth and said, yes, I identify that as DB or whomever as somebody walking by my sidewalk. But he was also with another black male, white male, Arab, Jew, I don't know, Mexican. And somehow the detective said, well, we're going to go look for DB and this mystery person, bring them all in. So they found the mystery person, brought him in, and the mystery person told on himself. Here's my phone. I did it. I broke in that house with DB. I watched him kidnap that boy. I filmed it. I also filmed him sexually assault him, beat him, and stab him several times. I filmed it. And then, let's see, what did y'all do for 2.5 hours? So what did they do? Go sit in the park, drink some beers, what? So that means he also knew where DB got rid of his clothes too, right? Oops, I forgot it was raining. My. Everybody must have been a hot, stinky mess in all that rain. So then after 2.5 hours goes by, we don't know where they are. DB and his cohort. They decide to go back to the house. And you say he left because they were up. People are in the house. Well, people in the house regardless, right? So you mean to tell me somebody would risk going back in the house in daylight time and then they took another person with them? And you said he left. That's what you said on Facebook. He left because they was up. Well, see, we know that's a lie, Mr. Pinkerton. You didn't know the queen would be on your ass tonight because I'm on it. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because you want me to believe that DB went back to that house, walked in that room, touched that child's head, had somebody in the corner filming him, and they walked back out that house in daylight savings time while the people were up in the house. So what are you saying? That somebody had to have known that he was in the house. So that's what you're saying. Because you said, well, he left before they came, but we know that's a lie. Because allegedly, if we are to believe the 7:27 time clock, that means somebody was asleep, or they let him in, or they knew he was there. Which is it? Along with his friend, who has not been arrested. Raped, beaten. By both or one? But only one arrested, Darryinn Brown. As I said, how do we know what happened to the boy's body? Did you see injuries to his anal, private parts? Who came back and told you that, Mr. Pinkerton? Who's the friend with DB? Who's the second person? As I said, and why didn't Monica mention this during the Daily Mail interview? She and Cameron Moore. He recorded it and gave it to the police. As I said, who told this? Why would he give up the phone if indeed he was there? A second party. Why would he implicate himself in the kidnap and murder of a 4-year-old boy if nobody saw him in the house? Nobody saw DB in the house. And I'm just going to, because some people said they saw me walking down the street with Darryinn Brown, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, I filmed everything. Here's my telephone. You have to be mighty weak to do that. And maybe it's some truth to it. Who's to say? Because we don't really know what the hell we've been talking about for 3 weeks. And both returned. Both returned to the house, but Carter wasn't taken. Why is that? Make it make sense. Just saying. Two men entering a house. One's filming. Both times. It's very odd to me. Who's the person or person with the porch CCTV of Darryinn Brown and this guy? Why no second arrest if the boy willingly turned over his phone to tell on himself as a co-conspirator? What was his part in it? Whoever the hell we're talking about. Why is there only one person being charged for burglary and kidnapping and now facing capital murder? But yet you say it's two. He turned over his information. Why haven't you posted anything else to social media, Mr. Pinkerton? It's been a couple of days. You haven't said one word about Cash Gernon or Carter Gernon, your daughter, the case, Pookie, Ray Ray. Oh, you get my drill. You see, the story is still odd. We were always suspecting that an indictment will come forward because Lieutenant Wise said that she's betting all her marbles on Darryinn Brown. But you see, the funny part of the story is she wasn't betting her marbles on the co-conspirator because she left that part out. She never mentioned a co-conspirator. So where the hell are you getting the information that another person was in that room filming DB and turned his phone over after the fact from video surveillance of what? Someone IDing he and Darryinn Brown. That's my commentary. Thank you for joining me. Better make sure I look carefully. You all know how I do. Thank you all for joining me. God bless all of you. Hope you're well. Please stay safe out there. Please watch your children. Since we see people like children, please watch your children. Thank the mods on deck. Amen. You're welcome to hit the link to continue this odd and baffling story out of Dallas, Texas. You're entitled to believe what you want about this story. We know that Darryinn Brown is no angel. No one ever said that he was. But is he complicit in all the allegations and charges against him in the death of Cash Gernon? Thank you. I'm only 35 minutes in for those just now coming into the live. So you've only missed 35 minutes of the Queen giving you a rundown of the charge he's facing, which is capital murder, and evidence has come back from the lab. It does not reveal in the said article what the evidence is. And I just recapped everyone on the Facebook post of May 16th, May 17th from Kurt Pinkerton, Monica Sherrod's father. I was just giving my commentary on the said Facebook post where he alleges that DB, or assumingly, sexually assaulted and beat and stabbed Cash Gernon several times, and also alleges that there was a second party with him that filmed this horrific crime. And I just chopped it up and broke it down, why I find it baffling and odd. Is it true? Could be. Let me say that before somebody gets jiggy in my chat. All I'm saying is, you don't talk about the dead. You don't bring nothing out about the dead allegedly without a receipt. And if you're going to say somebody else was in the room with DB, where the hell is that arrest at? Because I only see one person's name up in bright lights, and that's Darryinn Brown's. Not Pookie, not Ray Ray. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the new upgraded charge and Mr. Pinkerton's Facebook post. You are not connected to Coda. Excuse me. Yes. Amen, Crystal. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you all for joining me. Well, Omi, that's my point. That's my point. You're going to throw somebody out there with no name. Nobody else has been arrested. So now we have to wait to see what the evidence is. It's a mess, man. A hot mess. Lakeisha Douglas, where are you calling me from?
Hello, I'm calling
I can't hear you.
I'm calling from Arizona.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Queen, I just want to say that I love you. Before I say what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna get off, okay?
Okay.
I'm really disgusted, and I'm still kind of in a state of shock. I just came directly to you before, I deep dived into everything, but I'm still shaking right now because I just literally got the news from you. But I've been thinking about that baby all day, and as far as his spirit resting, but this is a bunch of buffoonery. And I take this case a little close to my heart because I have an 18-year-old. So, I have children ranging from 8 to 18. And if he did it, they have it on tape, all of that, these old men, like I've been saying from jump. But this is disgusting that these people are still walking around like this. But
so what are you trying to tell me?
What
are you telling me? Keisha, what you telling me? You still believe other people involved? Or you can accept the fact that evidence has come back just on Darryinn?
You know what? You know what? I can accept the fact that he's sick. He was a troublemaker. I can accept all of that. But I cannot accept the fact that this 18-year-old is facing capital murder. And it's more stuff going on. It's a lot more stuff going on. And I get tired of this over and over and over again.
So when you say more stuff, are you talking about in life in general or with the case?
We'll stick with the case. We'll just say the case because it's too much involved in plain sight. So I guess everyone's just supposed to be stupid, and that's just supposed to be okay. That's why I said I was going to get on and I was going to get off, because I don't want to be seen, heard, or portrayed with the amount of anger that I know I have right now.
Okay. Well, this is what I tell
people. So I love
you
and I respect you.
Thank you. Everybody is entitled. See, let me take something. This is what I try to, because I keep trying to tell people the queen has lived. I've been around all walks of life. Mm-hmm. Okay? Are you crying?
No, I'm here. I'm listening to you. I'm always here to gain that knowledge.
I said, are you crying?
No, I shed my tears for the baby when I seen that casket because I wasn't expecting to see that with my morning coffee. Okay. So I shed all the tears that I could shed.
Let me tell you something. Because sometimes people misunderstand who the queen is. Because how sometimes I come off in my stories. When it's pertaining to children, I don't pull no punches. But I am a human who has made mistakes, done wrong, just like everybody else. Everybody is flawed.
Me too.
Is what I preach. This is what I preach on my channel. You can redeem yourself. I don't care if you drink, get high, steal, you the stick-up guy, you the dope dealer, you get high. What I'm trying to make people understand is you can change if you want to change, but the queen can't ride with you in the madness. That's where I have the problem. You understand? What did I say? You want to be single and a junkie? Hey, knock yourself out. I ain't the type to be at your door writing your Dear John letters. You shouldn't do that. You're wrong. You're grown. Do what you want. But don't do it when you got kids. You see? Don't do it when you have kids.
Right.
Okay? Kids are going to fuck up because that's what they're going to do. And we can turn our nose up. She hot. Look at her fast tail. Look at him. Look at him. All he want to do is smoke, get high, drop out of school. He ain't, you understand? But I also have to look at who's raising he or she. Because you're a product of that womb. You're a product of the environment. You're the product of who's rearing you. So if I ain't paying attention to my baby boy, hell yeah, he gonna be the stick-up guy. Hell yeah, he lurking. Hell yeah, he breaking in houses. Hell yeah, he might be touching little boys and girls because maybe somebody was touching he. Stay woke. You see, you gotta own your shit.
Queen, I know.
You can't. See, this is where everybody get mixed up. We get mad at people when they do wrong, see. But you got to understand, they came from something. They was molded from something. And then, of course, you got that percentage that just won't do right. And they had good parents, great family. But that's the point. You are an individual. And you're going to F up because you're of the flesh first. But you don't ride or die with people keep on doing wrong. That's where the problem comes in. Can't ride or die with you. Who has been raising Darryinn? I don't know. Is it true? The allegations every time the mama came home, she was fussing and cussing. See, we don't even know what the hell was going on in her house. They could have been destroying the woman's house. Could have been leaving her house a mess. Could he be a product of his mama had to work all the time, ain't nobody there to rear him, so he just out in the streets roaming around because that's what a child gonna do if ain't nobody there at the house. Hell yeah, you're gonna be outside all the time. And that's when you get in stuff because you're bored and you're wayward and you don't have no guidance. Now, I can't say if this is Darryinn Brown, but Darryinn Brown had a start. And we got to go there to how he got to be the peeper, the lurker, the vandalizer, breaking and entering. And the worst, sexual assault and murder.
I can't deal with that. I cannot.
Well, you know there's a chance. No matter how odd this story sounds, no matter how we don't care for Monica Sherrod, Trevor, the baby mama, anybody else want to ride or die with him, there could be that 1% that Darryinn Brown did all of this. He did all of this. And he just happened to be in cahoots with a wayward ass 35-year-old woman. You see my drift? Because what is it?
And then he needs
one thing begets another. He was already in the fold with wayward folks.
then he needs to be charged accordingly. If it's that percentage, then he
but you
needs
got
to
to
be
remember,
charged
sweetheart,
accordingly.
you are in the state of Texas, and that is their laws. That is their laws.
Okay, then, hey, then that is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Because I cannot even fathom the thought of anything being done to that baby like that. So, but once again, the old man did speak in the beginning, so he knew.
The old man, you talking about the Monica's father?
Yes.
He knew what?
The one that had the he knew that the child had been.
What?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay. Well, this is what's up. I don't know what Paw knew, but I know the lie book was not the place for that. You did a disservice to Cash Gernon and his brother and any child of God. It was bad enough he'd been passed along, he and his brother, from pillar to fucking post. And you take your mangy ass to Facebook and put that baby on blast about what happened to him. Why don't you wait till they do the autopsy and a professional gets before the news in a news conference and tell the whole world what happened to Cash Gernon? Not your senators. It's not your place because we don't have verification yet. And that's what starts rumors. That's why you all are making up stuff in the chat and on Facebook because of that one person saying stuff that we don't have verification yet. Could it be true what allegedly happened? Could be, but let us hear it from the medical examiner. That's who I want to hear it from, not you. It's not your place. Now, where y'all coming up with this child molestation stuff from? I don't know if y'all tying that into sexual assault or what. I'm confused. Because those are not the words he used. He didn't say molested in those posts. He said he was raped. There's a difference. So what is the truth? That's why he should have kept his mouth closed. Because you aiding gossip about a dead kid. You don't do that. So to me, you no different than that mangy ass daughter you got. You mangy too. Because what you should be talking about is wishing the best for Carter. That's what y'all should be talking about. And don't nobody talk about him. Have you noticed that? Yes, and where is the daddy at if he ain't in jail?
Hi, Queen.
Well, Queen, I have to go. I definitely, once I found out about the charges being upgraded, I had to call and
Lakeisha
say
just
something to you,
and pray.
Yeah, let me go.
You can come back when you get yourself.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Okay, God bless you, honey. Thanks for talking to me.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Same to you.
Love
always.
you, honey.
Bye, Lakeisha.
All right, Lakeisha.
Love you too.
Everybody. He's a little emotional today. What you got, Stasha?
Okay, Queen. I'm going to be as diplomatic and professional as I can be after hearing about Darryinn Brown.
Whatever y'all do not curse. And if you describe anything sexual in nature, be delicate in your wording.
Okay, no, I will not, Queen. Right. I will not. I feel let down, and let me explain that. If Darryinn Brown did do all of it, fine. Then he deserves to go down. But this was a conspiracy.
Okay.
It was a conspiracy. And it was, I believe, for profit. And guess who's profiting right now? Monica, Cameron, and the Pinkertons. They're getting all kinds of money from everywhere. And this poor baby.
Explain to me when you say that. What do you know about Pinkerton getting money?
They're getting money from different GoFundMes, and people are sending the money off of a site here They have
why would he have? Why does he need money? If you go to his profile on Facebook, he's a master plumber, so he can make good money. He can make 50, 60 an hour going to your house unclogging your drains. He don't need no damn money.
No, they on another YouTubers they raise money for Monica to get groceries the other day. So I don't know exactly why.
Ooh, don't get me crunk. That heifer ain't got nobody there to eat.
I don't know. I know that these people are evil.
A cash app on Facebook for her. Gulf Coast says she got a cash app.
Oh my.
And meth heads, and I've been sober 17 years, but I know how they think, and they think about themselves. And
it's a hustle.
And when you are in that state, you come up with all kinds of things to solve the world.
But it's a hustle, is it not?
Huh?
When you're getting high, it's a hustle. You got to hustle to feed your.
It's a hustle every day, a hustle for everything. And this is exactly what this was a hustle. And something went really wrong. I have seen that tape of Cash being taken out of his crib frame by frame, and look at the hair. It's not tight dreads, it's curls. I don't understand. I hope the Dallas Police Department is going to continue investigating and figure out that a whole lot of people were involved. This just didn't happen. Like Cameron said, this wasn't random. You know, he gave himself away in that video for the Daily News UK. Listen to that. You can get a lot from that. And this was, I believe, to get Trevor Gernon back to her. She thought, oh, well, if something happens to one of the kids, he'll come out. He hadn't come out. He hadn't come out, not even for his baby.
Because he left for a reason. Everybody stay woke. He never cared for his children. He doesn't care for himself, because he never would have been accruing these charges while a father to small children. This is what I keep trying to explain to you all. When you're single, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. That is your prerogative, but you don't have the right to infringe your burdens on your children.
And that's what he did. He was done. And he said, oh, I'll just leave him here. And that's what he did. And Monica, I'm sure, grew resentful, you know, and with the drugs and
using me. You using me. That's what she said.
You're me, and I'm going to get back at you.
I've been there for you. I've been your lady. I've been through this.
Yep. Yeah, and I can see it. And, you know, I just wish that it had come out different, that it didn't have to end in the murder of a 4-year-old baby.
But and you know, there's going to be a lesson learned. And I tell people that with all these horrible stories, whether we really know Darryinn Brown or not, whether he's schizophrenic or not, there's always a lesson to be learned with these stories. And the lesson is what I keep trying to tell you. You need to watch the moves you make in life, the people you fool with, the decisions that you make, because you can get yourself wrapped up in a very tight spot you can't get out of.
Right. I am still paying for my past, and
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm still paying for it. So, you know, I just believe that Trevor didn't care about those kids. He left them there. Trevor was going to come back. He was out.
And who's to say? She may have been trying to call him. Hey, what's up? Leaving voicemails, text messages. He's ignoring her, putting on standby. And that would be a cruel thing to do to somebody that's taking care of your children.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's unfair. No matter if she cares for him or not, you're still those kids' parents. So what about the children? Them wanting to see their father. They don't see their mother. They don't see any biological family. This is what I want you all to sit and think about too. Let's picture the kids alive. Let's picture they're alive. They're not seeing any of their biological family.
And they're probably not being taken care of. They probably learned to take care of themselves.
They're in a house with some chick and her kids and adapting to their way of life. See, I don't think people really sit and think about what it's like to be shuffled around, especially if you've ever lived with a lot of people, you've been in foster care, different things. You don't know what it's like.
No.
So people aren't really thinking about any of that. See, I break up everything.
And all the traffic that's going through that house. Oh.
Amen. Her mood swings. You all are coming forward saying she's violent, she this, she that. Well, what you think it could have been like the day she ain't got none of that stuff? She mad. She needs some money. She needs this. She needs some loving. She needs some attention. Now she feeling some type of way. She looking at you like your stinking ass baby, looking like your daddy. Come on, queen.
Yep. You know, looking at those kids and saying, "You're my problem. I got to take care of you, and I want to get high, and you're taking away from me. You know, that is her. And you know, I want everyone, and this is going to sound harsh, and I'm not going to cuss. Everyone involved in this needs to go down and suffer hard.
Amen. Because it's not one.
Not one. No, this is a conspiracy. This was a conspiracy. And I'm an ex-tweaker. I know about conspiracies. So
I thank you for your
like this. But,
thank you for your honesty, because as I said in my live the other day, there are many people who have never used drugs. They have never been around people who use drugs. They haven't been around people who sold drugs. So they don't know what the life is like. And as I tell people, it's not the life that you think it is.
No, my life 17 years ago, it was no sleep, and it was every day hustle. Where do we get the meth? Where are we going to make the meth? Who are we going to sell it to? How are we going to do this? How are we going to run from the cops? How? Every day it's hustling.
But that's what I said about that's what the life entails. Whether you are using or you selling, you are always on the go.
Yeah, always on the go. It's work every day. Your habit is your job. Period. And anyone around,
as someone who is redeemed themselves and no longer using, how do you feel about the baby mother and all these people involved?
I'm horrified, and I think back and I think, was that me at any time? I know I didn't have kids around me, but you know, I think about the house, and I think, you know, I had some of that going on with the mess, and you know, I did, and I can only be honest about it, but I'm horrified, and I think back to my time of using of 3 years, and it was a nightmare. I think now, and I think, is that really me? Did I really do that? And I did. But I'm here 17 years later, and baby, I'm good to go.
By the grace of God. You do believe in God, don't you? You believe in God?
It's all about God. God's the only way that I made it through. He held my hand. He held my hand when I decided to get sober. He pushed me into that rehab.
Amen. God is good.
Yes.
God is good. And I just want to tell you, Queen, I admire you and I respect you. And I've been leaving tips for the Dallas Police Department. And I don't know if they're getting on, but
where are you calling me from, Sasha?
Can you hear me?
Where are you calling me from?
I'm in the bathroom.
No. I mean, what town, area, city, state?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Okay. Ooh, Oklahoma. Where's Nancy at?
Oklahoma, in a little tiny town.
That's okay. I don't need to know names. We ain't giving them all that tea.
Yeah, but I just want to tell you, I respect you, and we are going to get justice for Cash.
We're going to get justice out the way. And if Darryinn did this, hey, how ugly it sounds, all we can do is say, have mercy on your soul, son.
Yeah. Have mercy, and may they suffer because this was God's baby. This was God's baby.
Yes, right. If they didn't belong to nobody else, they belong to him. And they're going to go back to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Queen.
Welcome,
I think that's my piece. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for your testimony. Thank you, baby.
Thank
you. All right. Miss Dee Dee, you go ahead since you came here before Crystal.
How do I get out of here?
I took you down. Wait a minute.
Knock me down.
Okay. That was Miss Stasha from Oklahoma. Dee Dee, what do you have to say?
She's not up here.
Oh, well, she was. She's up here in the stream. Dee Dee, I got her up here.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
There she goes. There she goes. Go ahead, Dee Dee.
Okay. And reading what Mr. Pinkerton said, I caught something. It said that they were looking for cash when Darryinn came back the second time.
He said he left because they were up. Well, we know that's a lie.
Wait. But didn't Monica say they got up after 10 o'clock?
What you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying, okay, wait a minute. Mr. Pinkerton, you know more than what you're saying too. Monica said y'all got up, what, after 10 o'clock, and what, Carter came and woke up. But now you saying that they were already up when Darryinn came back the second time, what, a little after 7?
But we know that's a lie. Why would he go in the house knowing the people were up? First of all, him going back was risky, whether he did it or not.
Thank you.
And I ain't in his mindset, okay? Because he's a peeper, he's a creeper, whatever.
Right.
But the point is, you're lying to say that Darryinn got ran off because they were up. You want me to believe he walked in that house with his friend, remember?
Right,
and recording. Ooh, they up, come on, let's go. Well, how the fuck he get in the room to be on the camera? Second time.
Thank you.
Man, miss me with all this nonsense, man.
Yeah, and then with this allegation of the baby being a when I first read that, I was like, okay, if you knew this, how come you didn't call the authority anyway? Because you had to have known this before the poor baby came up.
Well, what I want to know is, are you all assuming because he said the child was sexually assaulted that the baby was being molested? Because you all started saying that before the word rape ever came up in my book. I only went to the page because somebody sent me the information, and he don't use the word molestation. He said rape.
Rape. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the Facebook post a while ago too, and I was like, why would he say something this disgusting?
So that's why I'm trying to understand the people who've been repeating this rumor.
Mm-hmm.
When you all been saying molestation, is that what you're saying because of the word rape?
Oh no, I just call it sexual assault.
Well,
yeah. And that's where it came from. That's where the spark was lit. It was him.
Yeah. He should have never said anything.
Right. And everybody ran.
That's your place to say, because one, you're not related to the children, nor was Monica. It was for the district attorney, police, medical examiner to give us, the public, information about the crime, not you.
And they have not given us any of that.
Because they hadn't even released anything. Damn, the boy hadn't even had a damn funeral.
Right. I'm like, oh my gosh. But as they say, what they're gonna charge him with capital murder. I'm like, you, what type of DNA forensics you've connected Darryinn to this child and saying only him? Because to me, this was not a one person's job. No. I can't believe that. Well, that's all I gotta say for right now.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back down.
Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Lord. I don't know what I just go ahead. Next person, come on, Krista, give it to me.
So, okay. First of all, Well, okay, let me start. I just got so much to say. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let's go with the
Come on, look, come on, Mayweather.
Pinkerton. Did he had to have had something involved with it? I believe some type of way. Maybe he's the one that orchestrated the whole thing. Because how is he gonna make those statements and he wasn't even living in the house? How did he know who was up, who was asleep, or who did this if he wasn't at the house? Was he living at the house? Do we know that? At that time, no, I don't think he was living at the house. The house, was he?
He got his own house. I mean, go to Facebook. He got his own house.
So I call
He's
BS
married.
on that.
He's married. When you go look at pictures, I'm assuming those pictures are of his house with children, other children. He got his own home.
Okay, so I call BS on that. And then as far as the police department, whoever the lady that said, oh, I can put money on it, this and that, or whatever. Okay, but she didn't put money on other people. She just automatically, oh yeah, it's him, it's DB, yeah, it's him for sure. I mean, I that right there to me was unprofessional because we don't know who was all involved, but I know for sure, I'm 100% sure that was more than one person. It wasn't just DB. So for her to make that statement, it was a bunch of BS. Okay, and then let's go. What?
You gonna need a blood pressure pill.
Yeah, I am because
because I heard in your voice.
I feel like they just want to stop with him, but not go and continue on. I'm praying to God that they do go, continue on doing all their investigations, all of their, DNA tests on everybody. Don't just stop at one. Don't just stop at one.
Well, where's the other dude?
Prove the other ones wasn't nobody else involved. How about that? How about we prove that the other ones wasn't involved? You just gonna stop at DB? Let's not do that. Let's not. Don't start that. Don't start that. Then they want to talk about he was linked to the death, to the time of death of Cash, correct? Okay, so but like you said, we don't know blood, saliva, semen, whatever. Okay,
we don't know what it is.
So
jump the gun just yet. Let's just
we don't know what that.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not that cruddy stuff.
Okay, so we don't know that part, but also he's been at the house. He lived at the house. Yada yada yada. Okay, so there's gonna be, of course, there's gonna be his DNA all over the house, right? My thing is, did they take samples of everybody in the house? Are they doing all of this testing on everybody that lives in the house, not just DB.
I'm hoping that the police department, FBI, whoever's on the case, won't just say, well, we got this video, we're just gonna leave it at that.
And that's
DB checking him.
Yes.
Like I said, Grandpa is implicating somebody else. So who is that somebody else?
Yes.
Have they not been arrested?
Yeah. I'm hoping that they don't just feel like, okay, we got him on videotape. Oh yeah, now we got DNA. Yeah, it's all him. It's all him. I hope that they don't do that because this was orchestrated. Period. Point blank. Period. He didn't do this by himself. I hope that his family or whatever is here. Tell DB to open his mouth and tell the truth on everybody. Take everybody with you. You already going down. You might as well take everybody with you.
Mayweather.
Cause I'm right behind you.
They already got him. They already gonna charge. We already know this. And I'm not saying he's innocent. No. Yeah, he did this. Okay. He had some type of part in this murder. Okay, we understand that. But there was also other people that were involved in this murder. So get everybody. So DB need to open his mouth and tell everything. He already going down.
I hope, let's just say, if indeed there are other cohorts, this was a conspiracy. He was used as the foul guy, the pickup guy, however you want to word it. Praying that if this is true, DB tells it all. He has nothing to lose at this point. Now
exactly.
That he's in charge.
Yes.
He's fool to just act stupid and say, well, what me?
Exactly.
No, boy,
he needs to open his mouth.
Like a canary.
Yep. Tell it all.
It ain't snitching if you involved. and they try to put the blame on you.
Exactly.
Snitching on my damn self to free myself.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
know that's right.
Yep. I just this is just, I don't know. I want to know where the DNA was. What DNA was it? Where did we find this DNA? Did they find the DNA on the carpet or whatever? Okay, well, of course you're gonna find DNA there because.
Well, they didn't say that. They said link to the child. Come on now, Krista, to the child now.
Yeah. What? How was it linked? I mean, if they
Well,
could
baby, we gotta wait till they tell us.
That could easily say, okay, it was linked to him. It was linked to him. How was it linked to him? Was it on his shirt? Well, was it because he picked him up and his leg?
Yeah, and that's the point John made last night.
Yeah.
That's my
I
thing.
know that they're gonna find something. You carried them out of there.
Yes.
It's called transference. Transference.
Yep. And they better be doing DNA on everybody else in that freaking house. And that boy, the hoochie
very,
man.
very dark about that kid, Special K.
Hoochie boy, or what his name? What's that boy's name? They need to do him too. Since they want to act grown. Okay, y'all finna be. All of them finna get tested. If it was up to me,
y'all up here talking about sheets.
I'm just hoping they don't hone in
on
DB and stop.
Sheets. I love going to buy sheets. I'll send her some sheets. You need some new bed sheets. I go to Ollie's a Big Lots to get her some sheets.
We ain't getting that dog nothing.
I ain't about to buy no Wham Sutter sheets. Shut up, boy.
I talked about not too long ago. I talked about not too long ago somebody honing in on someone and then sent that man to prison for quite a while. And I'm hoping that's not what they do for DB. Just hone in on one person and lose sight and get tunnel vision.
Yep. Be like,
moments are getting crunk, but I'm trying to remain calm because I said this in my live, so nobody can ever say I never said it. If indeed Darryinn Brown is linked to the crime, he did this crime. I said I can accept it because there's always a possibility that he did do all of it. But at the moment, something still is off. Something looks off. So I'm going to go with my gut. My gut could be wrong. There's times we're all wrong. But when a story starts off with people lying, and not being truthful, why would I think it's all this kid?
You're right.
It was too easy to just say. That guy on the film is Darryinn Brown. I used to have him come to my house. He played with my children. I took him and his brother. They had a troubled life. My house is known as the kid house, blah, blah, blah. You could have cleared all that up.
And then how they just gonna go off of her word and go, oh, yep, this is him. Because if we the public, we can't determine on who that person is. How in the
look? If you don't pipe down, little lady, look, I can't come out there and do no damn resuscitation to play. By the time I get there, you ask me dead, and I said, "Calm down." Calm down.
How?
Police? You gonna have high blood pressure? Calm down.
Okay. How did the police determine? Yep, this is him. Just off of her saying, "Oh, that's DB." How?
Oh, dope head to rod.
How did they figure that one out?
They gonna railroad this boy.
All on that. How you gonna arrest somebody just on somebody's word? If we can't, us the public can't tell who it is, how the police tell who it was?
If I fly over the western part of the hemisphere, don't stop in Texas.
Don't land in Dallas.
Drop me off in Utah, anywhere. I don't care what. Don't look, airplane don't stop right. Don't stop.
Don't have no layovers in Dallas.
Woo! Uber be talking about, we'll take you around the city. No, that's okay. We'll sit in the airport.
I think they gonna railroad DB. This is a case of railroading. I mean, if he had any involvement in it, then he needs to tell, because this was planned, and I'm gonna say it like from day one, it was all too convenient. And I think because it's on a national scale and people are honing in on the case, they had to make an arrest They had to say this person did it to say that they did their job, and they actually are just coming out. He did it alone. Well, how do you know he did it alone when it's a house full of people?
Deborah makes a good point. The fiend don't talk, and they will slip up. Sober thoughts. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, as we say in the street, pillow talk.
Well, she's already
And
been
for
talking.
dopehead Sherrod, dopehead.
Let me tell you about that night that boy came to the house. Ding.
Mm.
And they need to get their grandpappy, the mammy, and all of them. Because for him to come out, what I believe, sister, the pappy, grandpappy, talking about the little baby was assaulted. Could it be that he assaulted the baby and then just put it out there? Oh yeah, he was assaulted. Did he watch? Because I believe they some perverts. Dopehead can do anything.
That's a vile man. How did he know? How did he speak on things?
How
that he
do
didn't
you
even
know that?
That's why I said it's not a line to say anything about Cash Gurnon's body before we even got an autopsy. You were out of line, dude.
I think he did that to throw it off, to say he knows something happened to that baby.
Miss Dee said something. She believes Trevor was there too. I told you the two articles I brought you puts him there a week before the death of the child. Why have I brought you two sources of information that says he was there a week before? Well, the father's post, he just said he left a few weeks. Remember, she said he left in March. March is nowhere near May or April. So which is
right.
He left in March, he left in April, he left in May. Stay woke. See, this is what you gotta understand about a story. When you start hearing different versions of the same lie, you know the rest. It's a lie. Who's to say Trevor was there all alone? I don't know. Know what the hell that man been doing? He could have been laying up, geeking, hiding out. We don't know.
I want to know if they had life insurance on these babies.
Since he was avoiding a court date, somebody Google it. When was the last court date that he didn't show up?
They can't.
I want the mammy, the grandmammy, the grandpappy, her mammy, dopehead, special. I want them all right on down there with DB.
Moon Rain makes a great point. Trevor disappearing was the perfect time for a predator to take the child. Amen. Amen. Because if we have been lied to about when Trevor Gernon actually left, who's to say? As we just said, he was around that house before the child died. He was there all along and poof, disappeared. Perhaps before the setup. Who's to say? We don't know these people.
He might have had a plan in the setup.
What's what I'm saying? We don't know these people. That's how I look at it. I don't know you.
I don't want to know the dope.
As soon as I hear the word, hey, let me tell you about the queen. As soon as I hear the word meth, heroin, I don't care about what you're talking about.
Meth, heroin, crack is all the same to me.
All bets are off. As soon as you start talking about the brown boy and the white girl, ting, I'm checked out. I don't know what you're talking about.
All of them need to be locked up. I want to know how that grandparent knew that baby been assaulted. CPS wasn't there. What? The man talking about she looking for him. They talking about they FaceTime at Christmas.
And we don't have no proof of nobody looking for no children. Bring me a receipt.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Everybody forget that. She a truck driver, but the kids missing.
Bring me a receipt, girl. That you've been looking for your babies.
Yep. I sure didn't get no Amber Alert.
I'd have drove my truck over there.
Oh,
but she drove the truck.
Look, Monica wouldn't have had a house. Bye, Felicia.
Yep,
that's
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Drove my 18-wheeler right through it. That's right.
Everybody forget that she was looking for him, but they had him. But they FaceTime. It's too many lies. Too many lies.
Look, I'd have came up in there gangster with that truck. What's it gonna be? You want it up or down, homegirl? How you want your house?
Clean.
Don't do that. That'll torture her.
Y'all evil.
That would torture her for real.
We talking about bad groceries. We should have been getting a GoFundMe for a cleaning crew.
Who snatched cash?
They wouldn't have touched that with a 10-foot pole
that morning. Well,
I know,
anything's possible with this case.
I know what ain't possible. I know he pulled this out by himself.
They're saying that he did live with his parents. They said, I don't know.
He doesn't get to talk.
Anyway, he was wearing Cameron's clothes in the video. Take it for what it's worth. Well, don't get me started on that. How the hell you know what the hell somebody was wearing? You need to worry about what the fuck you've been wearing in that garage. Don't get me crunk.
What? Oh, yeah.
What?
Anyway, I don't bite into the conspiracy theories.
Guess what?
Hello?
Yeah. Thank you for that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Who, me?
No.
Oh, okay.
How would somebody know? Come on, y'all. How would somebody have the nerve to tell a YouTuber that Darryinn was wearing? Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, hi. Good night, everyone. Hi, my name is Diamond. I'm shouting out from New York City. I was sitting here for a minute trying to jump in.
Y'all some grimy ass folks up there in Texas.
You just have to jump in.
I'm trying to jump in. I'm just waiting. I'm letting the queen speak. I don't want to jump in what she said.
No, I'm thinking about what somebody just said about the clothes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't bite the conspiracy theories that, Darryinn was set up. I'm looking at it from a spiritual level, my belief, spiritually, what I believe. Darryinn Brown frequented Monica's house multiple times, all the time. He's cool with Cameron, and I wanted to know what was the extent of Darryinn and Monica's, the nature of their relationship. Monica was always protecting him. The last time he got into a situation, she begged for him for them not to call the police on him. She protected him due to his mental state because he is schizophrenic. Schizophrenic people have people with mental health issues like Darryinn. They have their own reality, different from our own. Why was he always breaking into the homes in that particular neighborhood? Was it to always help Monica get her fix? Was it to break in, try to get money to help Monica get her fix? Why was Monica always protecting Darryinn? Could it be that, again, Monica is allegedly a meth addict? She does all types of different drugs. Could it be that she just got frustrated, Darryinn being around her all the time, always hearing her complaining about having them twins? The father left her with them twins. She don't want to gain their responsibility. Complaining here and there, having them around. She needs a fix at times. Could Darryinn had just heard her always complaining about that and decided to take it upon himself to kill those boys to help her out?
See, that's the thing, you don't know.
Could it have, but this is my belief on it. Could it just be him in his mental state, his way of thinking, his reality? If he decided to just get rid of those boys, will that calm Monica down? Will that ease her frustration with having these two little boys that's not her own, as taking these responsibility for these two young babies that's not of her own? Could that had helped her out? Because for him to be able to feel comfortable to come back into that house back in the AM, that's not how a person who commits a horrific crime, that's not how they act. They don't come back to the scene of the crime in the broad daylight. He had to be comfortable enough to come back that morning knowing nothing, it would be okay for him to, and nobody would suspect anything of him.
Well, we believe that part, if we believe nothing else.
Right, but I do not believe that he was set up. I truly believe he took it upon himself to clear Monica of those two boys, to get rid of them for her, because she probably was always complaining.
What you basically trying to say is this lady complained and he said, okay, I'm going to help knock her bird now.
Yeah, I just believe that he, in his mind, don't forget, he does not think like you and I. He does not think as rational as you and I think. A lot of people keep forgetting this. This boy does not have that mental. Even watching him when he's breaking people's surveillance cameras from their homes, when he's sneaking around, going to people's cars, I'm watching his mannerisms. You know, he's not thinking like you and I. So for him, he's feeling like if he does this, he helps Monica, because Monica has protected him more than one.
So what are you trying to say, sweetheart? She has an effect on Darryinn Brown.
I believe that she has that effect. She's always protected him, and I just felt like that was his way of doing that by getting rid of them two twins, by them boys. That was helping her out because again, these are drug addicts. These people, when they're on the fix and they trying to get their fix, that I believe that's exactly what happened. I do not believe he was set up. I just believe he took
okay. Well, look, everybody's entitled to their opinion because in the end, we don't know the logistics of all these people's ins and outs of each other. But one thing I'm going to say, no matter what happened that morning, Darryinn Brown, he was comfortable.
I beg your pardon? What we do know is a fact. He frequented that house a lot. Monica has protected him a lot. When he tried to
that's my point. That's what I'm trying to go, is that he was comfortable.
Right, but Monica always protected him too. What was the nature of their relationship for real? Why is
so
that?
What you trying to say? They were sleeping together?
I don't know what was the nature. That's what I'm saying. What was the nature? Why was she always protecting him?
Well, let's go here then.
When he tried to snatch the little girl the first time, she kept him from going to prison.
Okay, well, let's go here then. Since you opened Pandora's box on that, and we already know where I'm going to take this. Well, if indeed there was some hanky-panky, some favoritism, whatever, however you want to word it, why the fuck this crazy ass heifer gonna say?
I don't think it was I don't think it was hanky-panky.
I don't want him in my house. Well, what happened?
I think it was more. I think it was more of a mother-son kind of relationship.
But listen to me. What happened after the fact for her to feel some type of way to say, I don't want him in the house, if indeed she said that? You have an answer for that?
Who said she didn't want him in the house?
She said it.
Well, that's what she could have just been saying, so she doesn't look a certain kind of.
Oh, but I'm just saying. But look,
yeah, that's just something.
That's the thing about a story. We only know.
That could have been something she just is saying. Don't forget this.
Okay, I'm just saying it. Okay, sweetheart, I get you, but you see, this is the gist of a story. We don't know no more than what you're telling us.
Well, no, it's out there. It's in the news. The first time.
No, what I'm saying is, maybe you're misunderstanding the queen. What I'm saying, I don't know no more than what she has told the Daily
Right, because she was high as a kite when she was even giving her interviews. So I just, that's another thing. One thing is facts, which is out there. She always protected him when he got into the little troubles in the neighborhood. And the last time when he tried to snatch that little girl and the grandfather protected his granddaughter, she stopped him from calling the police. So she begged him not to call the police. So that's what I'm saying. Was this Darrynn's way of getting rid of these two baby twins, because she probably was always complaining about having them? Those are not her kids. Father ran up and left them kids behind. This is a drug addict. Keep in mind, these people need their fixes. They don't act right, but they ain't got their fix. And then he probably kept hearing her complaining, seeing her walking up and down complaining. He decided to do that. He decided to say, let me just help her out and get rid of them. And I believe in my spirit, that's what happened. I believe he took it upon himself to do that.
Okay.
Okay. For mine, I'm gonna go say what I said before. There's no proof that he tried to snatch the little boy back in February. It's hearsay because there was no police report. And so when she ran to the aid, I said, how do we know that that's true? Because I find it hard to believe that somebody would snatch my child, almost beat me to sleep. And I take the word of a dope addict saying he has a mental breakdown.
She did because he had spoke about it. That's how they know about it. Because she asked him, he spoke on it. She asked him not to call the police.
Did he file a report?
No, he didn't, because she asked him. That's when she said to him, "Listen, he has mental problems. Sometimes he please don't call the police."
And so that's what goes back to say, if you go into court and I say you stole a bag of onion rings, but I didn't report it, But then you came back and I seen you because something else is going on. And I say, hey, that lady right there stole a bag of onion rings from me 5 months ago. Where is the
Well,
proof?
that's how it came. That's how the story came out after the young baby, after the twin, after he took the twin and killed the twin, the first twin. That's how the story came out. That's how he started speaking. The grandfather of the young girl.
Well,
Okay,
I don't
that's
want to
how
hear
the
nothing
story
from the
came out.
grandfather if the grandfather didn't have enough sense to call the police. Talking to a dope addict.
I know I would have done that exactly. I would have called the police regardless of who's telling me not to, but because she kept saying he had mental problems and she stood up for him and she was there vouching, that's a different, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Okay, he understood. She said, he has mental problems. He's always by me. He's with me. That's how it all ended up. Okay. But that's what happened. And why was she adamant of protecting him? Why was she always protecting him?
Because they were sleeping together.
I just think, I think it was more of a mother-son kind of relationship because his mom was really around. Like you said, she's always working, and he's out roaming. He might have found that comfort in her as, in her. Could have been that mother nourishing type of mom.
The dope addict was mothering her own kids, so she couldn't have possibly nourished him because she couldn't nurture her own kids. She lost her own kids, so I don't see nothing about her nurturing.
Exactly. So let me explain something. Like I said, people who's on drugs have a different state of mind, as well as those who have mental health issues and people who's
John, I need you to Google. Hold on 1 second before I read what I'm gonna bring to you all because it's a doozy. John, I need you to Google Albert Martinez for me, please, and then come up on the stream and tell me what you have before I read this. What I'm going to read you all because it's not nice.
I think she was kind of using DB
to
her advantage.
In the bed.
I believe he was out there whenever she needed her fix. He probably was out there breaking into cars and stuff to get money so she could get her fix. I believe that, yes, she was using him.
I think she was using him. Right. I think she was using him for other things also. And that's wrong within itself.
Yeah, that
in the bed.
was. But again, these are not people who have the same state of mind of, rational thinking. These are people who are always on drugs. These are meth addicts.
Albert Martinez. Where did I see that name? Albert Martinez.
I think
that's wrong.
What did I see?
Yeah,
that does sound familiar, Queen.
And they gonna railroad this young man if he doesn't speak up for himself and tell how it was planned. It was convenient. They all was in on it. I don't care. They need to get the mammy, the pappy, the grandmammy, her mammy, dope head, special K, everybody up in that house. Because I'm not gonna forget the 911 house.
We gonna go in the broom closet today.
Yeah, go get the broom closet, then sweep that house up.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, that dope head. I don't believe nothing from a dope head.
But I need to know. I need somebody to verify. Albert Martinez sounds like something I read earlier. Damn, Albert Martinez.
I think she was playing.
I've watched Darryinn Brown. I've watched him carefully map his way in breaking people's cameras.
Well, I'm getting ready to bring y'all something here in a minute.
All right.
Yeah. I've watched him break into people's home. I've watched him, knock the cameras out so people can't see him. Methodically knows what.
Let me ask you this. Look, Diamond. Let me ask you this, okay? Real talk. Why do you think he was doing all this? The breaking in, the love.
That's what I said. Could it have been when he's hanging around this woman, he needs money to get her fix because she was using him. You could clearly see he was a young boy that she was using. Could it have been that when he's trying to get in these houses to get these money for her so she can get her fix, give her money for her fixes? Could it have been that? Because he was breaking in the neighborhoods in the vicinity around her home. Not his. He's never been caught on camera stealing, breaking people's cameras, nothing but in that particular vicinity of that home.
Well, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm gonna let some other people come up because I need to read you out. I need to read you out something. So I need to find out a verification of Albert Martinez. But I'm gonna go ahead and read this post. I'm praying that this is a legal and valid post. It's a post I have not seen, but I'm gonna read it to you anyway because one of my fans sent it to me from the Shy. Diamond, have you said everything you want to say, baby? Are you done? Diamond?
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay.
Can I say something real quick, or I'll wait till you're done reading?
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. I'm moving too fast. Go ahead, honey.
She dropped.
Okay, there she
goes. Yeah, I apologize for just like butting in.
No, just say it. No, well, everybody, everybody want to get what they got to say in, because I want you all to say what y'all got to say before I read y'all this tea. Come on.
No, I actually want you to go ahead and read it, and then I'll comment afterwards.
You want to hear the tea first? Why you over here? Wait a minute.
Hell yeah.
Let me see what John Q got first. John Q, what do you have on Albert Martinez?
Hello, Miss Angela. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Now I'm working on the Albert Martinez from the Texas Police Department.
He works for them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all ready?
That's what you needed. That's what you needed?
I'm just saying, is he a legal person? Ain't no shenanigans. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, Dallas Deputy Police Chief.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Turn your background down. I hear somebody's TV in the back. Here we go. Dallas Police Department, Albert Martinez. Miss Joelle, I want to thank you. There has been an arrest in the death of a 4-year-old recently found dead in the street. An investigation is ongoing. The suspect, who has a history of mental health and drug use related issues, is not being charged with the murder and only has a preliminary child kidnapping charge at this time. No cause of death has been determined. If the medical examiner concludes there was foul play or a child molestation, we will add additional charges after those forensic results. However, it has come to our attention that the mother of the child has been giving a completely fabricated version of events to the media and a local news outlet recently. The mom, who we will only refer to as Monica at this time, claimed that her son was randomly kidnapped in the middle of the night after the suspect broke into her house, and she claims she saw home surveillance that proved that story. But this is not accurate, and the mom never once called police making that accusation and didn't file any missing persons report. For 2 whole days, the mom stayed silent and never once called the police or reported him as missing. So that's why no Amber Alert was sent out. Most parents would immediately call the police if a stranger broke into their home and kidnapped their child. But this mother did not. The mom and the suspect did indeed have a relationship, and according to neighbors, he was there all the time and also had been living in the house with the family on and off. At this point, we do not know yet what the mother and suspect were involved with. The mom is not a credible person, has lengthy criminal history herself, and has prior Facebook posts with doctored photos referring to herself as proud gang leader and armed robber. Prior to this incident, the 4-year-old victim's twin brother was taken away by child protectors. Wait.
Everyday shenanigans. Can I interrupt really quick?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. That right there, to me, that's
a fake post.
No, hell no. That's not a fake post. That's like, I don't know where you all live, but
I live in Tennessee.
Okay, yeah, like that's typical to me. There are certain areas of town where like this type of shit goes on. To me, this is what it seems like to me.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to like be on those.
But are y'all gonna let me finish this? Because it's long. I need to finish.
Okay, go ahead. Okay,
where was I at?
Angela, I have a picture standing by waiting for you to click on so that people can see.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go to
who you got.
Wait, because okay. For 2 whole days, the mom stayed silent and never once called the police or reported him as missing. So that's why no Amber Alert was sent out. Most parents would immediately call the police if a stranger broke into their home and kidnapped their child. But this mother did not. The mom and the suspect did indeed have a... I'm losing my place. Okay. Did have a relationship, and according to neighbors, he was there all the time and also had been living in the house with the family on and off. At this point, we do not yet know what the mother and suspect were involved with. The mom is not a credible person and has had lengthy criminal history herself in his prior Facebook post with doctored photos referring to herself as proud gang leader and armed robber. Prior to this incident, the 4-year-old victim's twin brother was taken away by Child Protective Services and is in state custody. According to tips and interviews we have gotten from neighbors, the mom was often doing or strung out on drugs, and she was letting the suspect molest the child in exchange for illegal narcotics and room and board. Based on our preliminary findings, the most likely scenario at this point is the suspect conspired to kill the child after, out of fear, CPS will find out about the abuse and have them criminally charged. But the plan went wrong because the suspect couldn't control himself and molested the child prior to the killing in the woods. The mom might have been in on it, but right now we don't have enough evidence to charge the mother as of yet. The FBI has secured a search warrant for the home, and we have been canvassing the area for evidence all weekend. Monica has informed authorities that she will no longer talk to us about her son's death without a lawyer present. And the name on this bottom says Shelby Twing. I do not know if this is a legal piece of work. And the person that sent me says they don't know the date of the post. Well, Joelle, you need to tell me where you found it, because one might think this is a fake post. But that is what someone just sent me from Chicago. I don't know if that's true. Some of what I heard of it is true, with the hanging around, the neighbors seeing him coming and going with the said people of the house. I don't think those people are lying. Let's just say for rumor's sake, that's probably true. That's true. Somebody said this is a Reddit post. What does that mean, Juanita? Fake?
A post on Reddit that like Reddit is like a site that I don't really know, but the thing is that I see.
Okay, Matisse says it's a fake post. That's what I was wondering, because it's very winded.
Yeah, I see stuff like this. Like when I used to live in areas like this where people
it just
like
says
remember when she
apartment Albert Martinez. So see, could be fake. Could be somebody put that up there. Dallas police, because you can fake anything and then put Mr. Albert's name up there. He's actually a real person with the police department, but it's not to say that he said any of that, because in the end, I've heard none of this information in any of the sources that I brought you. The only thing that's true of that source that I've out this commentary is that they did say they was trying to figure out how she identified him in the surveillance. That was mentioned, and the relationship of the two.
But remember when she came in the house and she was like, get out of here. I don't want you around my children.
Yes, allegedly.
Like, why would she say that if she didn't know that prior to that?
That's what I tried to say to Diamond, who was up here, is that whether you want to go on and say she had a motherly role, you don't think they had a sexual relationship. We don't even know these people, so I can't say what they had going on.
Oh, I don't doubt for 1 second that. I mean, I'm not saying that they did or they didn't, but for her to say like, "Oh, what are you doing in here? I don't want you around my children." That to me tells me that they had something going on. Because why would she say that?
We don't, but see, what we always got to remember too, the flip side of everything is what is the truth. Is she just saying that because perhaps this is, as we said, a conspiracy ruse set up? I got to make it look good. I don't know this boy, but I got to double back and tell you I know him now because somebody that came to me basically letting me know that I know him. So,
but like to me, I don't know. That's just like if you had a teenage boy, like okay, like my son is 20. Like I didn't let like his 15 and 16 and 17-year-old friends come into my house, when my boys were younger, because I just didn't, I don't trust teenage boys, being around my children. So why would she, be like, oh, what are you doing in here? Get out of my house. I mean, don't get me wrong. You shouldn't want him in there anyway. But to me, it was almost like she didn't want him in there for a reason,
This is how I look at it. I'm not putting I'm telling y'all, this is how I rock. I do not put my stamp on nothing when one, I don't know you. Two, you've been caught lying. So I don't know if you had something going on with the boy. You was a mother figure. It's drug related. Y'all fell out. He did something to your kids.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm sorry.
So what?
And so like
I hear what you just
also
said.
Yeah, so but my thing is, what about like all the camera footage that we've caught of him?
Are you going to tell me what you just said, ma'am?
Huh?
You were just saying something. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the camera footage that we've caught of him, like looking into people's houses and stuff like that.
What about it?
So you all don't see an issue with him like looking into people's home? Like nobody should ever be walking down an alley.
We've never said
like,
you must don't follow my content.
Yeah, this is my first time being here.
Okay, so you don't follow my content. We've never said, the people that follow the Queen, we have never said that Darryinn Brown is an angel. Never.
You've never said what?
That he's an angel.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't implying that you were.
Okay.
I was just saying that like there's been footage of him and I don't doubt for 1 second that he didn't do this alone. Like, you know, I do believe that you know, like that he was coached. You know what I mean? Like somebody sent that boy in there. Like this boy didn't just decide to go in somebody's house.
Okay.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Okay. So
but my thing is,
well, let me ask you this: who do you think sent him in there?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't doubt that the quote unquote stepmother, you know, orchestrated this. I don't know. To me, like when I look at her and to like if we can just like revisit the house for a second, like the way that her house is set up, like things are not you know, her home is not nice for a family, if you will. Like it's not set up for children, and you know, things are not, I don't know, like things are not nice enough, you know, for 2 toddlers to be living there. So like for her to be saying stuff like, oh, we did our ABCs every morning, and like, no, you didn't do no ABCs and numbers with these children. Your house is in total disarray. Like you didn't, you know what I mean? Like she didn't, I don't think she is the mother that she pretends that she is, but she also is not innocent in this. I do believe that whatever the Darryinn guy had going on, it was orchestrated courtesy of her and whoever else that's behind her. I do not believe for 1 second that he did this alone. Not at all.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add, ma'am?
No.
Okay. Thank you for joining me. Who's next? Nancy? Nancy, you didn't get to speak.
I know. I think I still stand on, like I've said from day one, there's more players in this.
Okay. I got you.
You know, that.
So even with the new information, you think what now?
There's more players.
Okay. I got you.
I still stand on it. There's more players.
Okay.
That I think they may have, I just hope that they're not honing in and being tunnel vision, you know, and that maybe they let out a little tidbit thinking some people might hang themselves, getting a little comfortable, you know, thinking they might be getting a little lax, like, you know, oh, okay, we're going to hang our hat just on this.
Okay.
And maybe they're going to get a little comfy, and then nothing else is going to happen. Oh, maybe that's what he looks like. Okay, got him. But I hope she keeps it talking. And I hope that this is just the beginning of what's yet to come. And that boy ain't got a thing to lose. I hope he sings like a canary.
Well, Justice About Us, let me explain something to you all, because I'm not here to argue. This is my channel. I run this.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll let all of you speak and give your opinions. Each of you have said something different in the chat. I ask people questions when they give their commentary. That's what I do. It's not to say you're right. It's not to say you're wrong. If you don't like the style of how I'm asking the questions, you shouldn't even be in the chat. Because see, that's the point of knowing that you don't follow my content. Anybody that follow me knows how I get down. If you give a comment about anything, I'm going to ask you why you think that. It's not to say that you're right or wrong. I'm going to ask you. But if I feel like at some point you becoming combative, well, then you know what I'm going to do with you.
Ting.
Ting. So don't take it personal. Nobody else has a problem with my style of questioning. Because I do everybody the same way, whether I like you or don't like you, don't know you. You give a commentary, I'm going to ask you, well, why do you think that way? You getting offended by that, you shouldn't even be in the chat. That's common sense. What type of person will let you talk, but they don't ask you, well, why do you feel that way? Come on now.
That's just the way you roll.
Y'all get so crunk on nothing.
You give it your opinion,
but you don't want nobody to ask you, well, why do you feel that way? So you get offended because they're asking you, how do you feel? Why do you feel that way? Hey, if I want a baby, I'll go make me one.
I'm sorry.
I ain't what you want today. And you take that crazy mess on somewhere else, I ain't in the mood, really. Because I think I've been very diplomatic this entire life.
Yes, you have. You even set up some new rules, didn't you?
Did I?
I thought you did. I caught the little bit of your live yesterday.
Yeah.
Your replay.
I still got them. Look, guess what? But guess what? Thank you, John, for joining us. I just don't have time for foolishness. I have better things to do with my time. I've researched everything I do. I'm thorough with what I do. I don't get on YouTube and just talk to you and tell you Pookie shot JR and then wait for you to respond. You know, I don't work like that. I bring you a source. You entitled to believe the source or not believe the source. I give you my opinion. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. But when I feel like you becoming combative and you're trying to cut me off from saying what I'm saying, then I'm going to have a problem with you. You can't tell the host that she can't say nothing. It ain't that I don't believe what you're saying. I'm listening. I've listened to a lot of people in the chat. And it doesn't matter if I agree with you because I don't know what happened here. And see, that's the gist of the story. I do not know what happened to this kid. I don't know who's all involved. And whether evidence came back linking Darryinn Brown to this baby, I still say it's off. The story is off. Could it be he did it all by himself? He's the person in both videos. Could be. For those of you that think I'm being facetious in my nature with my commentary and not letting people speak or they got to agree with me. They got to agree with me because I don't know what the hell happened. Because I wasn't there. All I'm saying, in my own commentary, I was not there and I don't know what happened. And I don't know who's all involved. Because as I said, there's something off with the story. Because as I said, when you start a story off lying, why am I going to believe anything that you said thereafter? That's common sense.
There's a whole bunch of.
There's no reason to lie if you have nothing to hide.
Mm-hmm.
That's just whoever was in the videos. You, the mother, caretaker of the children. Why are you lying about knowing this dude? That should have been the first thing you broke your neck to tell. Oh, yeah, I know that kid. I've helped him out. He's been in a bind. Woo, woo, woo. He stayed in my house. He had problems with his parents. See, a decent person would have broke their neck and told that. So like I tell you, when you come to the queen, you better come correct. Because see, a decent person would have broke their neck to tell that. Because it would have been no hair off their back.
That's right. When you tell the
kid. I help that kid. So now, since some of you want to get jiggy in my chat, how about this with your smart ass? Tell me why, allegedly, if it's the truth, she didn't want him around her kids no more. Is it because he had been touching the kid? She found out he'd been touching the kid. Just saying.
Or the kid was talking.
We also have to include from the video surveillance footage too, since it was captured and taken by the Daily Mail. Whether someone there made the decision to review the actual video surveillance footage in its entirety,
Right.
and decided to edit it the way we saw it.
Right.
Hence, now we have a manipulated video.
Mm-hmm. And Omi says, let me say this to you, John, before you finish. Omi says a decent person will not give such footage to Daily Mail. Amen. I would have never talked to the UK paper, because any of you who have ever followed tabloid gossip, especially with the death of Princess Diana, I ain't even got to finish that statement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to throw shade at people who work for them, but those UK papers have always been known for amping up stuff, even some of the American tabloids, such as The Sun. And I've brought you sources from both of those sources. So I had to also tread lightly in saying, could some of this stuff be fabricated with them? Are they amping up stuff? Because there's stuff that's been said in the sources I brought you that makes her look bad, such as, we're trying to figure out, how did she identify Darryinn Brown? 2, we're trying to decide what is the relationship of she and Darryinn Brown. Why are these sources saying that? And we have to ask ourselves, why? If this is the truth. Go ahead, John.
Yes, good points. Very good points. Very good questions. Because those questions need answers. Just like the video surveillance footage. It has given us the appearance, as we saw it early this morning on Angela's channel, that a lot of it has been manipulated into a 3-minute, 22-second video clip once you put the two clips together. And it's how those two clips were put together, came together, and decides and defines the actual story that was told by the Daily Mail to us. So it leads me to believe that the Daily Mail released this footage, not in its complete fashion as they should have, but crafted it to, as Angela said, perhaps amp this story up. Now, between what we have and what the Dallas Police Department has, maybe two different things, night and day. And so when they had that press conference, they will be talking about, since they have upgraded the charge to capital murder, they're telling us now that they have sufficient evidence to charge him with capital murder. And we are about to tell you, with the evidence we've collected, how that stands. And so that's going to be the next step over the next 24 to 48 hours, because you know how these stories go. They love to let everything out on Friday so that we can have a whole weekend with it.
A powwow out on the weekend, over the weekend.
Exactly. But also keep in mind, too, one important question that the video surveillance footage doesn't tell us. And it doesn't tell us how Cash got in that bed.
What do you mean?
How did Cash get in the bed?
I don't understand. So what you mean, how he got in the bed?
No, how did Cash get in the bed? I'm not asking this question directly of you, Angela. I'm asking it of the whole
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and that's the question, because we never see it in the video footage. We never see Cash get in the bed. We see him already in the bed, but how did he get there? Did he walk?
Where are you going with this, John?
What's that?
Where are you going with this?
We're missing video surveillance footage.
Well, see, that's the gist of the story. This is all that was given.
Right. And this is what leads me to believe that, yes, I'm in agreement with you when you say they could have put this out to amp the story up. Make us believe something make us follow something,
Yeah.
make us get behind something. We have two opposing sides that says, no,
Yeah.
I didn't do it, and yes,
Well, we
you
need
did.
that, but we do need all surveillance. If you're wanting to tell us that you do have surveillance in your house, in different rooms and outside, we need to see everything to see who car pulled up, what car left out. Did any of your cars leave at the time of this abduction and the return of the second suspect? I want to see footage of Darryinn Brown coming in with the second cohort. Where is the footage of Darryinn Brown coming in? Where's the footage of Darryinn Brown coming in with a second suspect? You want to make up all this stuff on Facebook and say Pookie went on and filmed it and Pookie told on himself and Pookie turned his phone over. Well, what the hell? Pookie ain't arrested.
I think they're trying to put Pookie's name on Darryinn.
I think DB was in the house doing Monica, putting her butt to sleep. She doesn't want police to know she had been doing him since he was underage and doing drugs all night. Wow.
Exactly, Moon Rain, what I've been saying.
Monica's the ringleader.
She wasn't nurturing no DB. She couldn't nurture her own kids. She couldn't nurture a goldfish.
Oh, don't mess with my goldfish.
Wasn't the goldfish in the garage?
You know how I like, you know what I would like to say? I wouldn't give that heifer a goldfish. That baby be turned up. Do you hear me? That fish be like,
be down the toilet.
Now she'll try to sell them at the pawn shop.
You okay.
It'd be
that's a mean fish, and you get some money for him at the pawn shop.
Be a 3-gun salute in the toilet.
Look, I don't know what kind of fish that is.
A 3-gun salute in the toilet.
Right, bit Nancy. Yeah, she'll take to the pawn shop first.
Okay. John, where's that thing you had up there? Where it got knocked out?
Yeah, I took it down. I didn't want it to stay up too long.
Okay, that's okay. No, you.
Yeah,
good.
Everybody just gets a.
But you're good with me. But that's to prove that Albert is a legitimate source for the police department. So that's why I like to prove everything because I don't. That's why I don't like going to Facebook and pulling up random posts because I don't know what's true. So for those listening in the chat, that post that Joel sent me from Chicago just now, I don't have no verification that is an actual post from Albert Martinez for the Dallas Police Department. It is probably, as Black folks will say, NIGGA rigged.
I also took it down to protect the commentary that's made in your live tonight, just in case someone begins to take the commentary in a different direction.
Okay, because people do that. They run out and make up stuff. They will look. Let me tell you something. These folks know they'll carry a bone and make up some stuff. I ain't never seen nothing like
crunk.
You could show
so crunk.
Pookie.
When you think dope hair ride, folks are making up.
On 15th Street in the dress, and they'll come out that chat and say some other stuff. And she knew Pookie. Pookie was eating on Tuesday, and they was at Starbucks together, and he bought her $6 coffee. Ain't tell you that. Okay.
Not a $6 cappuccino.
With soy milk.
Yeah, so we can find ourselves.
Extra cream.
We can find ourselves going into an interesting weekend.
Oh, man,
so Deborah, you all are worried about that now. Not seeing Cash Gernon get into the bed. So is this bothering you all? You don't have footage. You don't really have footage of nothing, to tell you the truth, except from taking that child out that bed and coming back. And then there's a difference of opinion of who's actually we're seeing in both videos, 1 and 2. Some of you think that it's doctored. Some of you think there's footage missing. What are we looking at?
We don't know. A plan kidnapping. And I'm gonna stay on it. It was planned.
We'll find out. We will find out.
If it wasn't for the baby being left out in that street, this would have been considered the perfect crime. Now, come on now.
Omi says that don't bother me. The upcharge does. What, Omi?
Pure evil.
They would have got what they didn't realize. They probably would have got more money and more support had they just said his baby was missing. But since the baby came up dead, then we had to come on it and come with something. But you would have got more sympathy just saying the child disappeared and we don't know what happened. We had a burglary at 6 o'clock.
Pookie took the day off. He didn't want to vacuum her house. Shut up.
And we're not letting that 911 call go. And I don't believe it was no glitch in no computer.
No.
Everything happened to them that day. Just everything. Come on.
Very strange. Very, very
everything.
Strange.
Calls, break-ins, garage door open, house nasty.
That would be nice that we get all of it and we put an end to all the shenanigans. We get a full view of what the hell happened at that house, if indeed we can even get said commentary, CCTV footage, or however you want to word it. But I'm getting sick of these folks, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, so it's going to be very.
Like somebody was afraid. It do look like somebody was afraid to pick up the kid. You looking around. Let me tell you something. You going to do something wrong. You know you're going to do something wrong. You looking around. Only way you can look at that is that person was hesitant to do what they were going to do.
They're not going to hesitate that long.
Look at that. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
They are not going to hesitate that long for fear of getting caught.
And that's why some people think that they didn't know who they was getting. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much.
Especially with a house full of people. If it's him, he knew them people was there, and he
that's
just knew where they gonna sleep.
Ain't nobody thought about that. Why we gonna? Since we gonna go now, since it's up charges of physical evidence, whatever they got on Darryinn. You bold to go up in them people's house. Period. I don't care what nobody say.
You're not going to hesitate that.
I don't care if it's a junkie's house or not. You still bold, man. Go up in them people's house and then come back and then allegedly got a sidekick with you. Come on, y'all.
You don't hesitate that long. You get in there and get out.
Trial runs. I'm inclined to believe they've been doing trial runs. I don't put nothing past a dope head.
A trial run? What you mean?
A dry run.
A trial run.
Oh, a dry run.
Yeah, practice.
Yeah.
Well, you succeeded when you killed the children. That should have been a part of the plan. We're gonna practice. Let me see if I can get away with this part right here. So, how did it lead to butchering a kid?
I think something went wrong that morning. Somebody got antsy and just said, "Well, now we're gonna do it like this." But I'm gonna say again, if they would have got more sympathy if you would have just said, "My baby gone." Everybody would have rattled around them, because I find it hard to believe everybody rattling around her. She's no relation to these kids, none. But yet she getting donations. She on TV. She giving interviews. She running out of breath. She falling out. Planes dropping. Everything.
You know how he was looking at the window that one time in the nighttime video? I wonder if somebody on the other. You know how everybody keeps saying there was somebody on the other side of the window. If somebody was hollering, hurry up, you're taking too long, because that was an awful long time to hesitate, because usually if something like that's going to happen, it's going to be in and out. You're in and out.
Boom.
Criminal says,
and not to make no noise.
$5,000 to $7,000 for an article sale like that. Well, news sales has always been that way. That's what they say in the street.
Well, you know that money's gone.
Right.
That money been gone. That money been gone.
All I can say is $7,000 can buy a lot of pizza.
Come on now. We never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, never mind, not out. Never mind.
Never mind. And I'm gonna believe that it was personal. That's why I believe that their son.
Tanya, we all are in agreement. After you seen the footage of the tour of the MTV Cribs, the hell you come up out of there with a children trying to get up out of there. It was raining too. So you got to factor in all that. That's why I tell people, you got to think about what's been told to you. This is a rainy night in Dallas. You just went into a haunted house to steal a kid. You standing over the kid looking like you don't even know where the hell you at. You don't know which kid to get. You fumbling, you look like you're looking at the camera. You take a kid out of that maze into the rain. Stay woke.
Cause that's why I said if he been there, he don't live there. He with no cameras in there, and he just gonna get on camera taking the kid.
Yeah, and DNA definitely absorbs faster.
Much work.
Yeah, DNA absorbs faster and with moisture than it does when it's dry.
Well, I tell you what, like I said, after I'd have stubbed my big toe going in that damn hoarded house, I'd be like, man, I ain't getting this baby. If I was going to kidnap a child, ain't getting a stubbed up big toe, she feeling some type of way. Ain't no disrespect. No disrespect to the dad, but I'm just saying, I'm going in here to do something crazy. Ain't getting a stubbed up big toe. That's the first thing I'm doing is looking at that toe. I ain't thought about getting ready to finish the deed. I'm going to go back out the door. That's okay.
Exactly.
On with all this.
Exactly. That's why it made no sense. He would have known cameras in there. And if you're a burglar or a peeper, you don't jump on camera to go to jail.
This is what's baffling about this story. No matter what we believe about Darryinn Brown and this new charge that's going to be in effect. Video 1 looks like a person in a daze. Video 2 looks like somebody comfortable. Put it together.
Night and day.
Not the same person.
Video 1 looks like somebody in a daze, don't know what to do, scared, timid. Video number 2 looks like somebody just went and got a Pop-Tart. Hey, how you doing? Woody, 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 woody. Like you talk to babies and walk out. I'm just saying.
Very comfortable with their surroundings.
Mm-hmm. You done went up in that hoarded house doing like this. You know how you got like you gotta squeeze. You know how you gotta squeeze between stuff to get to the room.
Scared the bugs won't crawl on you. Roaches falling out the ceiling and stuff. Oh no.
Wait a minute. You do it like this.
Black smut all on you.
Look, let me get my big toe in here. Let me get my big toe out. I'm getting my big toe through here. Ugh. Come on now.
Been there before. Many times. First person looks like they are totally
I don't know, Moon Rain.
Out of place.
Still, if you're going to be doing all that lurking in the room, you could turn around and say, the hell with this. I ain't going to do this. Change your mind. People change their mind all the time in the commission of a crime. Come on now. You know, it's always somebody to take out, say, nah, I ain't going to do this. This don't look right.
I don't feel right.
So as we can see, we're dealing with many different levels of this crime in and out of itself. Many different levels.
Stop asking Pookie outside for more time to get through all that. Pookie out and drove off. Look, man, I got to go.
Man, you ain't called me for this. What you doing, bro? Man, I'm out. Did you say life in prison and death? This Texas? Oh, man, you got the wrong end.
And guess what? Let's think about the real deal if we want to go with this setup. How you talk somebody into taking a kid and killing them? Whether it was Monica that set it up, Cameron set it up, or DB did it on his own and asked a cohort to go with him. How do you say to another human being, hey, I'm getting ready to get this kid and kill this kid. You want to help me out?
I would have looked. You talking to me? Oh, I'm out. I'm
talking in general. How do you talk somebody into aiding a crime with you? I know it happens every day, but break it down for me. Hey,
we gonna get some money.
You all right today? Okay, well, let me tell you something. Let me holler at you for a minute. I kind of want to kill this kid. And I was wondering if you would break in the house with me, film it, and then I'm going to take the baby, sexually assault him, beat him, cut him up, and I want you to film it. You agree with that? Yeah. Okay. What day you want to do that? We're going to do this on the weekend.
I'm thinking in some way, shape, or form, since you brought up it was raining that day, Angela. If cash was taken out that house, which all information points that that's exactly what happened, and it was raining or drizzling at that time, Did Cash wake up, put up a struggle at that time? The cold, wet chill of the rain, being that he didn't have a shirt on, or any pants, or any shoes, and being outside in the way that he was handled, and thinking about that component, Cash could have put up a struggle, made noise once they were outside, and of course, whoever had him didn't want him to make noise because it's in the wee hours of the morning, early in the morning.
Yeah.
Making that kind of noise. Obviously, they came to the conclusion that the only way to keep it, to get him quiet was to do what they did.
Okay.
Because that would certainly shock a child awake.
Exactly. Exactly. So, Angela, I followed that just that weather pattern just to say I can begin to now understand why they found him where they did, because that was as far as they could have gotten with him with what happened to Cash at that particular time.
Because if I'm carrying him by car, I got to hurry up and get this stuff clean before daylight.
Yeah, because you don't want to be seen.
Somebody in the chat, LWA, is saying, I see some people were saying Darryinn did this alone. Maybe because Monica asked him not to come back to the house anymore, he decided to kill them out of revenge. What do you all say to that?
Well, what good would that do to him to kill the baby and then know he killed the baby, but she said don't come back to the house? It ain't her kid. She didn't care about her own kids, so why would she give a care about what happened to this kid? She's doing this as a hustle. If she didn't care about her own kids, y'all thought she cared about these kids that much more that she got them out there living in a garage that night. And they kicked in the door that night. And she called 911 that day. What?
Twice.
But listen, about dragging a kid out the car. You are bloody. I'm not getting ready to drag you nowhere. I'm going to throw you out. I ain't going to drag you. That makes no sense either.
This is where the police. This is where the police may have gotten the DNA from. You're
bloody. You're in my car or the car I'm using. Ain't no dragging. See, that's something you do somewhere way out somewhere where it won't matter, won't be seen. Right. In the neighborhood, I ain't got that kind of time. I'm gonna pull up, whether it's a 4-door, 2-door, trunk. I'm gonna take you out and I'm gonna dump you right where I want to. Because it makes no sense to park over here on this side of the street and then take you out and leave a trail and drag you way over here to this house and dump you. No, I'm gonna pull up where I want to dump you because I want to throw you out. I ain't got time. You all, I think, getting mistaken of the power wash as a drag mark. That's where the water and the blood ran together.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
That's right.
Not dragging.
Yeah, so no, all this that he did it for revenge. What good with the revenge? I'm pretty sure they ate the first time she told them to come over there. But as long as they can get high together and sleep together, it was all right.
Or she can manipulate him to do something for her, then it was all right.
Yeah.
Well, for each
I ain't gonna let you get in bed with me no more. Don't come over here because you don't do something I don't like. I can't get high today. You won't babysit.
Well, I said that she could have possibly noticed some type of hanky-panky with Darryinn and the children. And she could have said, don't come back. See, this is the gist of this story. We don't know these people. We're only judging them according to the information that was brought to us by Ms. Sherrod. So yes, we can ponder 50,000 ways of what really happened at that house. The relationship between she and Darryinn, the relationship between Cameron and Darryinn. Perhaps it was something hanky-panky going on with him and his kids. He was coming and going out of there. The little boy had been saying some things about him touching him. And then the day she comes home from the store, there's Darryinn and it's, hey, I want you coming back. He did get mad and he came back and thought, I'll show her. But showing her what? He killed the kid.
Ain't her kid.
But I understand the gist of it. He would kill the kid because the kid told. So that's why he would kill the kid. He's talking. He could get me in trouble. I'm already been in trouble. See, but we don't know. We don't know anything. We don't really know the gist of nothing pertaining to this story. As I have said, it could be that Darryinn Brown did all of this on his own with no cohorts, no Monica, no Cameron, no nothing. But the gist is also, it's strange, her behavior, her denying knowing him. So that makes us suspicious of her and Cameron initially, because you lied and then you had to double back and clean it up. Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why would you lie to begin with?
That's it.
Cause this your baby, I love, but you lying. That's why she can miss me with anything she say. Anybody that care about kids ain't gonna lie. I don't care what goes on, because they trying to get
That's why I say,
justice.
if you cared about him at one point and then something facetious was going on or something negative, and you would have told all that in the beginning, what is the big deal? Just say, tell the truth. Yeah, I knew the kid. He was wayward. We tried to help him. In the story. You would have cleared yourself right there.
Or just keep your mouth shut and let the police handle it and don't say nothing at all.
Look, which is so ever, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so ever.
They jumped out there out of breath, giving an MTV tour.
That's right.
Lying. Why all the lies?
Okay, Vinny is saying no way DB did it on his own or at all. Where'd he get a car? Well, let somebody on the YouTube box say it. Don't none of them drive.
They got a car
somebody had to drive if it was a car involved.
Hey, Nay.
Maybe they was on the major school bus. I don't know.
I love it.
Oh, make it make sense. Somebody had to drive if a car was involved.
Look at Crystal stupid hoochie boy.
Well, there were two. So there were two automobiles in the driveway.
Okay, but let's take account. How many of you think the child was discarded by a car?
Me.
Everybody on the panel?
Me.
It's 5 of us. Okay.
Ain't nobody got no 8 blocks with no baby. Cause even dead weight is heavy. I can't see nobody walking 8 blocks.
Well, sweet one, guess what? We're using common sense in this chat. You coming in here a day late, dollar short, talking about it speculation. Everything in this story is speculation. Man, miss me with all that. Don't come in my chat with all that late nonsense. I don't want to hear it.
It's all
Monica
speculation.
being a dope head is not speculation.
Everything about this story is speculation. The hell you talking about? It was raining that night. You want me to believe he transported the baby 8 blocks down in the rain on foot?
That would be
unnatural. Master hiker.
That would be an unnatural move.
Yes, you have to, man. Get out my chat.
I'm gonna go with this baby that I've assaulted and murdered 8 blocks to leave him in this driveway. Right. Okay. In the rain.
He's gonna be slippery.
So what was he and his friend? So what was he and his friend doing? Swinging him 8 blocks. La-di-da, la-di-da. Come on. Was he dead or alive while they were swinging him, sweet one? Since you know everything, telling us what speculation.
You know how slippery he would have been. I mean, I'm not to be morbid, but
yeah, you're right, Nancy. With his bloody clothes on, and
it'd have been awful.
I mean, I just use common sense. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny, but what?
That's common sense.
Yeah, if it was raining, obviously Cash is going to be wet.
Yeah, it's going to be wet. You're going to be wet.
You wet.
That's right.
Duh. I ain't worried about the kid because I'm getting ready to do something to the kid. I ain't worried about him.
Clothes are heavy when they're wet.
Oh,
that adds extra weight.
Oh, thank you.
You're not a master hiker.
With a white baby, black kid with a white baby, and I'm just out here in the rain, and he half naked. Okay. I'm not scared nobody gonna see me or drive by the police, nothing.
Well, Pez says, what if Trevor was there and it was his car all along? Could be, baby, because we're getting conflicting information about when he was actually there and when he left. So
He might not have ever left.
her father is saying weeks before, and that was the 16th, 17th post. So let's put that at April.
Well, let me throw this little speculation out there.
Yes, man.
Doesn't the grandpappy and the grandmammy, don't they drive?
You know what?
Come on through, Nancy. You been listening to Night Owl. Yeah, didn't I tell y'all about them grandmammas?
Okay. Shay Doc says, anyone thinking they made a snuff film? Could be. We don't know these people.
The camera was down in the floor, like you said, when you brought that commentary about that camera.
No reason to put a camera down there. You can put a camera up high anywhere and camouflage it in a plant, anything. Why am I put it way down here? It's odd to me.
Well, didn't you also bring commentary that they had?
Well, it's said that they got cameras. That's what Paw is saying. Monica's daddy. That's how the second suspect got caught with him. He was along for the ride, but yet nobody else has been arrested. So I'm gonna give my phone to the police to say I was with Darryinn Brown. I filmed this kidnapping murder, but yet the police don't charge me with accessory. I'll wait.
Don't none of that make us liquor sense.
You are the smoking gun if you are a cohort and you just gave your phone to the detectives to say, it was me. I was there and I filmed it all.
Yeah, what kind of person are you to sit there and film it like this normal? But DB is the crazy one. Okay, see, it get better and better. I'ma film it. Police don't charge me with nothing.
Nothing. So what? Let me guess. He signed. They said in order for you to get off, you got to give us a written statement because that happens. Whoever takes the plea deal first is usually the one that gets off or get a lesser sentence. So he said, "Okay, I'm telling you everything, but I don't want to do no time in prison." And I ain't saying that this couldn't have went that way.
That's true.
But it's still Texas.
Texas don't give a
part of it. I can't see them letting them walk.
No.
Now, especially with a Caucasian baby being butchered and possibly sexually assaulted. No, you're going to do some time.
That's why I find it deranged. It's people serving life in prison and all they did was went by the stove.
Or was in the car.
They didn't have no idea nothing going on. Somebody get murdered. Oh, well, y'all going on down there too for 115 years.
Accessory after the fact.
But you filmed it, which means you knew what was going on.
CT, we don't really care if it's corners, not blocks. We don't care.
Doesn't matter.
We're talking about common sense. You want to get in and get out. Okay. Damn, y'all.
They walk their corners then.
I was bickering about stuff.
Corners, blocks, square feet, miles. Ain't nobody walking it with no baby that they have harmed.
Wet.
You're
wet. Your clothes are wet. That's extra weight.
Street folks mentality. Corners, not blocks. I'm dead. Wow.
Oh my Lord.
Was the temperature hot at that time? Did they say? Did we get any information about that rainfall? Because when you have high humidity and rainfall, you're going to be very uncomfortable, especially if you're doing something very uncomfortable.
Well, your anxiety would be up anyway, so you probably would
be on speed, so to speak.
Yeah.
Somebody made a good point. Why was the camera only facing the bed and not the whole room? I'm sure that's not the only spot the boys be in all day. Hope not. Interesting.
Well, the camera wasn't mounted.
Oh, criminal said carrying a bloody boy as hell. You bloody on a bike. I love it. in the rain. But guess what? They were just doing corners, not blocks.
That's even farther if they no man. 8 corners. Oh my God. Common sense ain't common.
Ain't that the truth? You can meet some of the
It ain't
smartest
common.
people in the world, and they don't
Yeah,
have a
Stop.
lick of common
yeah,
sense.
yeah. Maybe it was a radio flyer. I don't know.
Not
Maybe it was a
radio flyer
wheelbarrow.
queen.
Little red wagon.
Wheelbarrow.
The fact that they would travel any distance with a body is the
You know
point.
what? You know what, motherfucker? I'm sick of you. With your goofy ass. We're talking about the death of a kid. We don't give a fuck if it was across the damn street.
That's right. The death of a child. That should have never happened.
I've never seen such ignorant people want to sit here and fucking argue about blocks, corners. It wasn't that far. Who gives a rat's ass? The baby dead. You ain't figured that part out.
It should have never happened.
In my fucking chat arguing about the fucking business of where the fuck they took a kid. And you all, this is the very reason why we talking about this story. People like you'll be on YouTube next. Goofy ass.
Anyway, Angela, thank you so much for having me back up tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, chat. It's been very interesting and definitely informative. And going forward, I know that over the next couple of days, more and more information will be coming out. I'm just looking forward to the information that the Dallas Police Department is going to begin telling us what their narrative is in this case. And I think right then and there is going to be the starting point for a lot of discussion.
Yes.
I truly believe.
Yes. More to come.
Yeah. But ladies on the panel.
It don't matter. I want to, yeah.
Have a good morning.
Thank you, John.
Yes.
For everything. Thank you for, I tried reaching out to you earlier after you did the live. We'll talk.
Yes, we will.
Thank you for
Much love to you,
everything.
Angela.
Thank you.
Take care, ladies.
I
Take
thank
care,
you all.
everyone.
I'm going to
Thank
end
you.
on a note because I done got irritated and it's already 2 hours over. And you're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe pertaining to the death of Cash Gernon. If you think it's okay to kill a kid and you're more concerned about it being around the corner, 2 blocks down, 8 blocks down, you carried your kid 5 blocks with groceries. I don't give a rat's ass. He was a child. He was a child of God and he died. And he died brutally. And it appears personal. And whether it's all Darryinn Brown, no side pieces, sidekicks, the baby's dead. The baby is dead. Some of us think Darryinn did this with help. Maybe he didn't. Is he sick? It appears that he has got issues. And most of us believe he has issues. No one's sugarcoated that. But some of us believe that the story is off. We're entitled to our opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. But nonetheless, a 4-year-old is gone and his brother is left behind without a twin. And we have to pray that baby Carter can live a full life until adulthood. And we don't hear any ratchet stories about him after the fact. I want to thank the mods for joining me. I want to thank the chat. I want to thank you for those who came in respectful to the queen. I want to thank you. I appreciate that. And for the rest of you jokers that don't have nothing better to do, why don't you go turn your damn Netflix on? and go talk to your Netflix. You want to bicker and bitch about the distance of something. See, that's your problem, a lot of you. That's why I know a lot of you are just like the people we talk about in the story. And I keep telling people, I watch the chat. A YouTube video in the making. You just ain't made the news yet. Prayers for Carter Gernon.
Amen.
Justice for Cash Gernon.
Amen.
So thank you all for joining me. And God bless all of you. I want to thank the panel, the mods. You all stay safe. I'm not ready to go to bed yet. My next live will be about some entertainment foolishness that I got the 411 on today. I didn't plan on staying on over 2 hours. I thank you all for hitting the link and coming up. But the next one will probably R. Kelly.
I'm back for that.
That's the next live.
I'm back for that.
God bless all of you. Yeah, I got new tea on R. Kelly. He's decided to fire 2 of his attorneys. He's going to court in August. Some of you are R. Kelly fans. I think most of you who follow my content know how I feel about Robert and his little dirty ways. But nonetheless, you're entitled to think what you want to think about Robert Kelly, just like you're entitled to think what you want about this case here. God bless all of you. Thank you for joining me. 287 in viewing. Thank you all so much. Please pray for Carter Gernon. If you don't do anything, man, please pray for that baby. Because I'm telling you, my fear would be a repeat of what we are talking about now. Only don't start. Please don't start. Give me a minute to break. Thank you all so much for joining me. God bless all of you. I'm going to say this before I check out. I was waiting this evening to hear from Darryinn Brown's attorney. I did talk to the law office yesterday evening. Had a really great chat with somebody there at the law office. Really nice lady there. And of course, naturally, with this new news of Darryinn being the evidence coming back linking him to the death of Cash Gernon, Mr. Heath will be very busy. So he probably wouldn't have time to get back with me. If he indeed wants to get back with me, that's fine. I don't ever take it personal. But he has my number. He knows how to find me, reach me. I let him know it will be no shenanigans. If he comes on the panel, it will be no interaction with the chat, period. Period. It'll be just him talking to me via phone and giving me whatever he wants to tell me about whatever pertaining to Darryinn Brown, if indeed he ever wants to reach out to me. If he doesn't, I'm cool with that because I don't believe in stalking people in a story. I don't get down like that. I don't rock like that. I'm not that thirsty for a view or a like. I don't rock like that. But nonetheless, the person I talked to at the law office, we had a very long-winded conversation. The lady and I, she's a very nice lady, and got me a fan on board now from the law office of Mr. Heath Harris. So we're going to pray that Mr. Harris reaches back out to the Queen once he tallies up his business pertaining to Darryinn Brown. As I said, if not, that's cool. We'll rock with it and see what happens with Darryinn. But this is serious. This is really serious, and it's sad because in my heart I didn't want to believe a child would want to harm another child, whether they stole, broke in houses, whatever. I didn't want to correlate thievery to sexual assault and murder, but it does happen. And in the end, we don't know these people. No information. That's a dead story pertaining to chat with Carr. I don't know anything. I don't. Just leave well enough alone. Thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App, and all super chats are welcome during the live. God bless all of you. Please stay safe. When I get more updates pertaining to Darryinn Brown and my other stories, I will bring you the said information. This is Everyday Shenanigans. You all be safe out there. God bless you.